After the last flight with the Raptor out to Mount Tennant, I was having troubles with the PA mode switching itself into autopilot mode several times on the way out and back. This time I've turned off all of the autopilot waypoints and I have set the auto waypoints parameter to no. So I'm just in the process of getting a bit of altitude before I whack it into loiter mode and slip on my headset. Well, headset's on, video is good, so I'm putting it in pilot assist mode and heading out to the mountain. As I said, the last time I did this, the Cyclops was switching itself in and out of PA and autopilot mode, and hopefully it won't do that again. There's a fair bit of wind coming from the east, which is the left, and I've had to add a bit of throttle to get the altitude up towards the 800 metres that I need to get over the top of the mountain. Everything seems to be going fine up until I get around the 2 kilometre mark, and then there's a sudden surge in the power consumption and the plane goes into return to home mode. I noticed it's gone into return to home mode, but I'm not really sure why. The RSSI is pretty strong. I hadn't noticed the current surge, and I didn't notice that it had dropped the voltage down to 9.2, which actuated the automatic return to home. So I'm thinking it's just a glitch, and I slip it back in a PA mode and try to head back towards the mountain. It takes me a while to realise that the motor's not going and I'm losing altitude, and I'm going to have to head home. So I slip it in the return to home mode and just decide to see what it's going to do without power. The wind obviously has a fair effect on it. It's coming strongly from the right of the screen now, and it keeps blowing me east, and it's trying to bring itself back, and that sort of behaviour continues pretty well all the way back. It's holding its altitude pretty well, so my plan at this stage is to bring it back within a couple of 100 metres of me so that I can take the headset off and bring it into land manually. At this point I've been blown a fair bit east of where I want to be, on the far side of this little hill that's at the north end of our field, but I think I've got enough altitude to be able to get back to where I need to be. I'm well outside the cone of reception of the receiver antenna, so the video is starting to break up a bit though. So that little dam is my reference point. That's on one side of the strip, so I'm trying to head towards that. I'm on my own this afternoon, and I've taken my headset off to try and spot the plane, but I'm not having any luck at all, so I'm alternating between headset on and headset off. Meanwhile, the plane's being blown further west, and I'm really not sure where I am anymore. Well, there's a dam there, but that's not the one I'm interested in. So there's mine, way the hell over here, so I'm moving further away from it every second. Altitude's getting pretty critical at this point, and it's about now I realise I'm actually behind the hill and I won't be able to see my landing area, so I'm starting to think, well, where can I put it down safely here? So I'm having a bit of a hunt. I'm hoping I'll be able to get to that green field, which is the field adjacent to our strip. It doesn't look too far away, but it just depends on how close I can cut the edge of the hill. It's not looking too good. I get blown a bit west again, and I see the creek below me, and I think, oh, at least I want to be on the north side of that creek, so I try and swing back. And it looks like I've managed to find the biggest patch of blackberry that a man could hope to find, and I go down straight in the middle of it. So I start waving the receiver antenna around, and I eventually pick up this picture, which looks like I'm in the middle of a nice big thick patch of blackberry. It's good that I'm getting video, so that suggests the plane's alright, but I need to review the video and figure out where the damn thing actually is. The GPS got me within 50 metres of it, but the only reason I actually found it was for some reason the motor had decided it was going to start working again, and by blipping I located it in the middle of a head-high patch of blackberry, and I had to machete my way through 5 metres to get the plane, so needless to say I wasn't very happy. I can only attribute the problem to a dodgy speedy, so I've ditched the stock Volantix 40 amp speed controller and put in a Turnigy Plus, which I'll try out on the next flight.